Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jason and this is Not Suitable for Mum. Today on the channel I'm doing a little short video about my experience at London Comic Con. We went there at the beginning of the month. I can't remember the date exactly, but I think it was the first Saturday in the month. With a mate of mine, right, Leroy Screwballs, right. I will put a link for his channel. He doesn't make content anymore, but I'm sure he'll appreciate you going over there and having a look at what he's done. He does some good stuff, right? And there's some videos of me and him sort of basically dicking about and having a laugh. What can I say? If you've seen the Portsmouth Comic Con that I did, that was really good. That was really good. They put a lot of effort into it. Yes, they had a lot of guests. They really did have a lot of guests. Some of the celebs were absolute legends. The ones that met Lee were so nice. So nice. And that in itself, certainly for him, was well worth doing. Right? He was absolutely chuffed to bits. I know he was. Anyway, the main reason I went to go was to meet a A-list Hollywood celebrity, and that was Mr. Mel Gibson. Yep, you heard me right. I met Mel. Kind of. Now, the reason I say kind of is because we paid a fair old chunk of change to meet him, right? One for the autograph, one to get a photograph with him. We got like a free gift. I won't show you what it is because it's all right, but nothing special. It was basically a Mel Gibson calendar that they'd made. It's okay. It's a lot better than that crap that we got when we met Christopher Lloyd, right? Because all we got was some stupid thumb drive, you know, USB drive, data bank or whatever you want to call it, right? Which is absolute shite. So yeah, the calendar's okay, and it is, I think, for next year, so that's good, right? But the overall experience, for what we paid, was absolute bollocks, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm glad I went. I'm glad I met the guy, right? I got to shake his hand at least, right? And he did say a few words to me, right? But that's about as far as it went. Because when we went to go with the autograph, it was shuffle through, go, 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 next, right? The poor bloke looked stressed as anything, and he's there like this. Next autograph, next autograph, next autograph, next autograph. And he's doing that. He started at 9 o'clock, and then 9:45 he started doing the photos. So he's doing that for 40 odd minutes. The guy looked shagged out, quite honestly. You know, he'd only been there for a short time. I don't think he was very happy with it. And they were just using him as a bloody cash cow. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the money. He's got plenty, right? I don't even think he was there for the money, right? But you know, they just shuffle people through, and I thought it was disgusting. To be quite honest with you, I thought, you know, paid so much fucking money to meet the guy, and he's not even having a chance to look up and say hello, right? Thankfully, as I said, when we got the photograph done, we did shake his hand, and he did say, I think something like, "Good to see you, pal," right? And I said, you know, shook his hand, said thank you very much, and that was it. So overall, we probably got about 10, 15 seconds tops with the guy. For that, we should have, at least been able to, just on the autograph, be able to, say hello, right, shake his hand there, thank him, for what he'd done, all the rest of it, or ask him a question or something like that. No, none of that. And then barely any time to say hello to him, probably when we had the photograph taken. Lee actually said to me afterwards that he was telling the photographer to slow down. Because he wasn't enjoying himself. Right? You could tell he wasn't enjoying himself. And not because he didn't want to be, well, when I say he didn't want to be there, I think initially he went to meet the fans. Right? Because he doesn't do Comic Cons very often. He doesn't need to. But he went because he wanted to. Well, after this experience, I think this was Showmasters, and the way they treated him, like I said, it's just disgusting. The way they treated the fans was disgusting. They made a shitload of money off of this guy, right? Never mind any of the other guests, right? They made a shitload of money off this guy. And, for what? He has a crappy experience, we have a crappy experience. It's just bollocks. Right? And I'll tell you what, as glad as I am to have met the guy, and I am, as I said, right? If they get someone of that calibre again, I'm going to say to them, how much time do we get to spend with this guy? Because if they do it that way again, I ain't freaking going. I don't give a shit where it's fucking, Mark Hamill or Harrison Ford, whoever the fuck it is. Could be, it could be someone that I really admire, right, a great deal. But I'm not going through all that, paying all that money, going through all that bollocks, if they're just going to do that again. Because it's just a fucking rip-off. It really was. Just a complete waste of time. Anyway, enough ranting. That's over and done with. I will show you what I got. So, as much as I love Lethal Weapon, and I do, I had to get Braveheart done. I think that's a really, really cool photo. And it's a decent autograph. I mean, at least he had time to sell it properly. Sign it properly. Right? Although, does it really like it says Mel Gibson? I don't know. Anyway, it is authentic. Right? And then if anyone doubts me, I've got an envelope that the card came in and all the rest of it. And I've got this one. There we go. But as you can see, he doesn't look particularly happy. He looks stressed out, to me. Stressed out or pissed off. Maybe both, I can't decide. But yeah, I mean, like I said, he did say a few words. He was actually able, when we took the photos, he'd actually get a chance to say something. Right? So, that was good. But not very long. So, tell me what you think. Tell me what you would have expected if you'd met somebody. I'm not asking for their life story. I'm not going to tell them mine. But I think if the guy can't even look up from signing autographs, I think that's taking the piss, don't you? Have you had similar experiences when you've been to cons? Were some of them just standoffish? Because I've had that as well. Right? And just standoffish people, and they were there just for the money. They didn't give a shit about the fans at all, right? But I don't think that was the case with Mel, in my opinion. But haven't you had that sort of experience? Did you go? Did you go? And did you meet Mel? Did you find the same thing that I did? Because there were a few people that sort of said sort of similar things whilst we were there. Just not right, is it? Just not right. Anyway, there we go. As I say, I'm still glad I went. It was a good day out with Lee. I got to see Abby and Cass again, right? Which was always good, right? Spent a bit of time with them the day before. And a little bit when we got back. Good people, good friends of mine. So, you know, from that alone, it was worth doing. But was it worth the money? No. Glad I got it, but not worth the money for the experience that we had. And I did actually send a very sort of, not rude, but a heated message to the con organisers via their Facebook group. Didn't expect to hear anything, heard even less. So that shows you how much they care about people. Perhaps they were inundated with such things, and they've taken it into account. I don't know. Doubt it very much. Because if they got that attitude, then, you know, I just don't think they gave a shit or give a shit. Right? Hey ho. Anyway, that really is it. So I went off on one, but I'm sure you can understand why. Alright, gonna leave it there. Thanks so much for watching us. So leave some comments below, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye bye.